Hey everyone, so first of all I wanted to thank you all for 200 subscribers. I swear I was at 100 just like a couple weeks ago. So the growth is awesome and I really do appreciate you all. So I wasn't able to play too much today, and I'm not trying to play too much meme shit because it is the start of a new season and I want to actually climb. I haven't been using that many decks though, and I don't really want to post more of the same recent decks. But while I was playing, I noticed a lot of other people were playing decks that were going really wide, and it made me think of avalanches, and avalanches made me think of my OG deck that I used to play last year, Swain Sejuani. I think it also has good cards that will do good into a lot of other decks that are currently being played right now as well. So the cool thing about this deck is that the only like really core cards are like Swain, Sejuani, and Leviathan. Blocks are too good to like not put in the deck, but the rest is like you can kind of do whatever you want. Like I opted for this version is more of my like deck I go to when I'm like tilted and I want to be able to like pass and just go and like just be a pass gamer. And so I have like avalanches in there, I have ravines, I've got a bunch of different control spells like culling, death hand. I can stun with sentry and then kill them with flock if I want to after. I can scorch earth, even ice shard. And so basically this should be pretty good into aggro because I have healing, I have a lot of different removal, and I can also go with wide with house spiders as well to make sure I have blockers. There's so many things I love about this deck. The main thing being like the end game. Once you have Leviathan and Swain on board, it's just such a funny way to end the game. Every time you go to the next turn, you're stunning 3 of their units that are their strongest, so they're less likely to have a blocker that's fearsome. Then you can always attack and just have a Swain attack, which deals like 7, because it deals 4 when he's leveled up, and then he does 3 to the entire board. And that usually means Leviathan can get it in for his full damage of 5. Plus you're dealing 3 every turn with Leviathan's passive as well. But Sejuani is also kind of the same thing, because once you have Sejuani and Leviathan on the board, every turn they're taking 3 because of Leviathan, but then their whole board is getting frozen. And then if you somehow get Swain, Sejuani, and Leviathan all on the same board at the same time, it's really hard to do, but you basically are like Thanos, because their whole board is frozen, which means your Swain gets to attack guaranteed to deal 3 to the entire board because of him, because if they're all 0 attack, they can't block fearsome. And then you have Swain and Leviathan getting it in, and so again, either one of them, like Swain or Sejuani, are really good at ending the game. But yeah, as I said, it's more of a control version. So avalanches are kind of anti-synergy with House Spider. But the reason I put in House Spider is because you don't always have avalanches, and sometimes you just need to be able to block early games, because you just need to basically stall to the late game, right? So having blockers is really good. But also, because of Sejuani's effect, and where you need to plunder 5 different times or in different rounds, House Spider is really good for getting a chunk of damage, because you get 2 units for 1 action. So even if they play a defender, you can usually get in for some amount of damage if you want to help and level her up faster. Tavern Keeper is a good statted unit with some healing, which is really good. Babbling Bjerg is not necessary to the deck, but the reason it's in there is because you want to make sure you have this late game, but you don't really want to keep it in your mulligan and stuff. So Bjerg just kind of makes sure you get the late game. It either guaranteed draws you a Sejuani or a Leviathan. So it's just a decently statted unit that gives you your late game win con. Whispered Words is just to make sure we don't run out of steam. And yeah, so I just want to point out that all these ratios are not necessarily perfect. For example, if you're playing against a lot of like Thralls or Bandlewood, you might even want another Scorched Earth. If you're playing against none of them, you might even want to swap these for Guillotine if you wanted to, because you have ways to make multiple things. Like let's say dragons, right? You have avalanches, ravines, ice shards, and spiders, even ways to make multiple things weak. So Guillotine could just pick off a couple of their really big dragons and like win you the game. The other thing is if you're playing Darkness or another deck, I don't really know another deck other than Darkness right now that's been being played a lot. I could just be blanking right now. That's probably why I only have 1 culling. But if you're playing against a lot of Darkness, culling is really good against that, because the main way they protect their Vygar is with stress testing. The really cool thing about this deck is that you can play it a bunch of different ways. I've actually seen a version, I think a few months ago or something like that, where someone made this deck more aggressive. And again, this version is more control. It's my go-to deck that when I just want to be able to pass and stuff like that, and not feel lame like by playing FTR or something. But I just want to throw it out there just so you guys can like think about it, because you guys might like this idea or like this end game just like I do, but kind of want to play more of an aggressive or mid-range version of it. So if you guys are trying to edit this deck, some cards to consider would be Disciple and Demolitionist. These would be more aggressive cards, but they each have 2-3 stat lines that help them survive avalanches and ice shards. but also they help you deal more damage and on defensive terms, which can help you level up Sejuani really fast. The same would go for Grenadier. It's an aggressive card that can help you deal damage on a defensive turn if you wanted to die on it, to really turbo level Sejuani. So Icevale Archer is a card I also used to run, because I also used to run a lot of Culling Strikes. What works really well with Culling Strikes are freezes. So I think it was when Endure used to be a thing, but basically whenever they'd play Endure, I would just Icevale Archer and then Culling Strike, and yeah, it was like a 2-card combo. But as long as you got the Culling Strike, you're pretty fine, because even if you couldn't Icevale Archer to freeze it, you could probably play Sejuani to freeze it. And so Icevale Archer could be considerable, especially if you're playing against dragons. Just freezing something to deny a ASOL level up could be really important. And again, you can pair it with Culling Strike to get rid of really big things. And it's also good against aggro, just freezing one of their units, like especially Poppy, and then also having a blocker just can shut down their whole attack with this one card. Another cool card that you could consider would be Ember Maiden. So Ember Maiden deals 1 damage to everything on round start, so twice she like nukes the whole board, and if you're playing against a lot of little units, it can just kill a lot of their units. And a very worst case scenario, you like turbo level Swain, because you're doing 1 to everything, so all of your units, all of their units, and the Nexus each Nexus counts as 1 damage each for a ping. And so Ember Maiden can level up your Swain by himself. And again, it also gives you 2 different procs for Sejuani, one on a defensive turn, which is really good to help level her up fast. So if you really want to level Sejuani really fast, if you want to play more into the Sejuani win con, Ember Maiden is super good. Also, something to consider if you're playing Ember Maiden would be the Wolf Rider. The Wolf Rider, if you've already plundered, you get an extra mana gem. So it pairs really well because you play Ember Maiden on 3, the next turn you guarantee the plunder, and it'll also let you play Sejuani on turn 5 or Leviathan on turn 7 because you have the extra gem. And it's decently statted and also has Overwhelm to make sure you get some good damage in. It's a pretty good card in general, but especially if you're running Ember Maiden. Also, I think I mentioned it earlier, but Noxian Guillotine was like the main go-to back in the day before like landmarks became a thing. And because you have multiple ways to make enemies weak, so granted it's quite a bit of mana, but being able to just chop down like 2-3 really big enemies can be super important, especially with dragons being a thing now. A more slow card but really fun card is City Breaker. So I used to run City Breaker, and again, it's really slow. They did buff it to have 1 attack now though, so 1-5 is not bad. Like, it does let you block into some things and trade, and they don't really want to attack into this sometimes if they have 1 health units. But it's pretty expensive with 4 mana and really slow. The cool thing though is if you are in a more slowish matchup, it has good stats, and dealing 1 to the Nexus every time is kind of like a mini Leviathan. So if you have a Swain or Sejuani leveled up, then it's stunning or freezing the whole board still, and it also helps turbo level Sejuani. As long as you get a couple procs for Sejuani in the early game, City Breaker guarantees that she'll be leveled up by a decent turn by like 6 or 7, and start being able to freeze the whole board. Yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. But yeah, basically this is my all-time favorite deck. I don't play it too much. It kind of fell behind as like newer cards came out. Like, this is a deck that was like, what, a year and a half ago or something crazy, a long time ago. So with power creep, with the new regions coming out, this kind of fell behind. So it's not like tier 0 or tier 1 or anything, but I still love it. It's still really fun to play, and I really like the versatility of these 2 regions, being able to be more aggressive or mid-range or super control-y. But being able to tailor this deck to meet the requirements of any given day's meta makes this deck so fun for me. And yeah, hopefully you guys like it too. Thanks. Okay, we got, what, Turbo Thralls? It's kind of scary. I actually don't mind these cards. I mean, keeping Sejuani is kind of weird, but it might be possible that we can freeze one of them. Oh, we got a very slow hand, but it's our fault for keeping this. At least he has no Thralls. Usually they always have Thralls like right away. Normally I don't like Death's Hand anymore, but I think it's really good in this version because it also levels up Sejuani's, like on defensive turns.
A dark cloud looms on the horizon.
I already punted this turn, so I don't really want to Death's Hand at this turn. wonder what her, like, their plan is. Like, you probably want to, like, double this or something if they have it. May not have anything, like, just like Avalanche or something like that, but, like, be debating whether you want to get greedy or not. I think I'm down to just kill this Cassandra. Darkseid is tough though, and it gets rid of
Leave your bags at the door.
True. I think I'm down for this, because if he blocks with this,
I've carved meat bigger than you.
then now it dies to Avalanche. And puts the action to him. And we wouldn't have been able to get a Swain attack anyways. So how much damage does that do?
Who's gonna close up?
One off? Damn. The one with 7 is the one that he doubled. Or 2 off, I guess, because the tough. Damn, all the tough kept making this cost more. So he's actually reducing the one that's not doubled. If we can just survive. Well, we got a really slow hand. We don't have stuns or anything. Ooh. So if he has Talia. I don't think you have Talia though, right? Because wouldn't you be reducing this one then? Or maybe he's reducing the wrong one. That'd be funny. This could be a mistake. I don't think we can just pass forever and waste turns like for that to be leveling up. I mean, maybe though, because then we could possibly develop this on our turn and then survive one attack. We kind of do want to pass his attack, but then he's probably gonna have like fucking 8 Thralls by the next attack. But I mean, maybe not if we make him spend mana. I mean, maybe it's more likely that he gets it leveled up because he spends mana this turn, which he might have been willing to pass. I guess we'll see.
Indecision is the first of many weaknesses.
Yeah. Okay, so the good thing is that we get to get a Swain attack off, I think. We want to level up Swain.
I will break them.
Okay. I was a bit afraid of playing Sejuani because then that might level up burst speed, and we had no really other plays. Like if we could soft pass, it might not be that bad because then we could Sejuani this thing and attack it, so he could like block it later. So it's looking kind of scary. Swain does have a lot of health though to be able to block. It just sucks because we need to be able to play. We need to have Swain alive and Leviathan alive at the same time, and I don't think we're going to. I'm pretty sure you're just gonna play like 5 Thralls next attack. We're just gonna lose. we had Sejuani leveled up, it might not be as hard. This just draws you a Sejuani or a Leviathan, which I already have both, which kind of sucks. He is pretty low too. Wait, he passes? Oh man, like I'm at 7 mana, like I don't wanna pass. If I play this, there's no real point, right? Like he has probably Clock Hand to just summon them all next turn. So I might need an extra blocker, right?
Patience is a tactician's greatest
I
tool.
don't know, I think I lose. Damn it, man. I need like my freezes, my 3 sisters or something. If I can survive this attack without Swain dying, then I just play Leviathan and I'm pretty sure I'm chilling. Yep. So what is that? 2 Thralls.
Serve! Know your place.
I'm kind of scared to block this with Swain. I kind of wanted to just play Culling. But this is like this is the best case scenario for me though. Like 4 is like kind of scary.
Destination in sight! Bring these lands to their knees.
But like, so like Ice Shards can kind of mess me up. And Ravine can. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe what if he plays double Ravine? Damn. I kind of had to play this though. Yeah, you can't play double Ravine. So as of right now, I'm gonna freeze his big 3. I'm gonna freeze his 3.
Darken the skies! Witness strength.
The good thing though is I technically have lethal as long as this doesn't die. If he just like freezes this or something, or freezes this. No. No, why do you have to entomb it? I think we're fine though, right? I was gonna say, if we play Sejuani... No, it's always Leviathan, right?
Prepare the cargo! There is no excess when victory is at stake.
So we're gonna freeze... we might hold Death's Hand as well. For next turn. This is for sure gonna stun all 3, right? I don't gotta worry about that. Okay. All 3 are stunned. If he wants to like obliterate something to play like, I don't know, something big. He's wasting his attacks, right? think I have to heal myself. If I let him do this though, I technically lose to double ice shard, right? I think I have to heal right now. Now if he has another one of Ravine, then he would kill this thing. Oh, so it's not Ravine. Avalanche.
Patience is a tactician's greatest tool.
I have a weird idea I might regret, but I think since this is gonna die, this might level. If I play another Swain, right? So hear me out. If I kill my own Swain, right, and then play another one, this Leviathan will hatch, and then we'll have another Swain on board that's alive. Okay.
By my hand will Noxus rise. Grand General! Darken the skies! Bleed for Noxus.
Yeah, see? Perfect.
Pledge or perish.
Now we have Death's Hand to win anyways. He killed himself with those. I've already killed himself with these as well. Damn, that was a close game. But no, I kill you, you don't kill you. Nice try.
Their time has come. Free.
Damn, that was, I thought I was gonna lose that. That was some sketchy thing. Sketchiness.
I will break them. Ooh. We have done what is needed.
Alright. We got Teemo, Caitlyn. Interesting. I think the healing might be good. Avalanche is kind of awkward with House Spider, but
prepared for anything.
I think it might be fine.
They'll never know what hit them.
Excuse me.
Could you hold this?
Because the thing about the awkward part about Sed Swain is that you also need to be doing damage preferably. So you can't just be straight up control usually. Okay, so we got the plunder for Sejuani.
Bandle Scout Troop Leader, at your service.
Well, you're certainly the fuzziest partner I've worked with.
There's a couple options. We can either culling the Kate, which is not bad. Yeah, maybe we do that. Maybe we culling the Kate. Block the 2-1 with a spider. And then Teemo gets it in again. The next time we can open with the 2-2. He probably lets it strike again. I imagine.
I'll scout ahead.
Then we can avalanche after he plays a card.
More mushrooms.
Okay. Damn it. I don't really want to Avalanche right now. I think we do it now though. We get 6 damage for our Swain, half our Swain. I don't like doing that.
I did my best.
Because now he has 4 mana to kind of play whatever he wants. Oh, perfect. It was worth then.
Let me get you that file.
Leave your bags
We
at
got
the
a
door.
spell, and it's kind of awkward because if it's like Sump, he can just kill that and deal 3. He played a regular Sump, so I wonder what he got.
Who's gonna close up? Ugh.
Just as I suspected.
I wonder what he got. Poison Dart? Okay. Huh. Well, Swain's not leveled up anyways. Might as well just go for this. Only two triggers for Sedge. We should get one this turn though. I hope.
Nothing's more exciting than an unsolved mystery. It doesn't add up.
I wonder if he's gonna kill that. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's why. Okay. So we're basically leveled up 20.
Is
So if he wants to open right here, that kind of wastes his attack.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
Glory, courage, excuses for war.
So the cool thing is if we death hand
They
this,
grow up so
it
fast.
actually stuns that. We'll have to use other Swain though. I kind of wish he played a card though. Like he didn't play a card, but I wonder if he doesn't have any more units. What if he's gonna try to kill me?
Indecision is the first of many weaknesses.
Oh, he messed up, I think.
Merely pawns in a greater game. Empire above all!
Because we can also 3 Sisters a Fury on our next attack.
Such little lives.
So we're gonna 3 Sisters of Fury. We're gonna get what? 7? We're gonna get 10 damage in next turn.
My pretties.
We could also heal it, then stun something. Nah, I think we just go for this, right?
Witness strength.
I mean, if he only has spells though, which I kind of actually put him on, right? Because he didn't play. Oh, okay. I think I still go for the Fury though, right? pushes extra 3. Actually, I don't, what's the difference though, right? Because that 4 doesn't really matter in this deck, I don't think. So I think that's probably fine. Oh, that's so good.
Bleed for Noxus.
I think I can heal this turn because I can probably play Levy next turn. Actually, I think it's 5 mana now. I think I do it this turn. I shouldn't die, right? It is his action though, so maybe, yeah, I'm kind of afraid. I think I just heal.
This'll take the chill off. Minding details is my duty.
Yeah. Okay.
Our vision. Their time has come.
So maybe we actually wouldn't have been able to kill that. We wouldn't have been able to Death's Hand. But if we did this move, we could have him down to 3, and then all we need to do is play Leviathan this turn and we'd win. We have no way to really heal, right? I don't think we're worried about taking damage, are we? I play Levy. Oh no, we can also 3 sisters. Oh, we draw Swain. No, ooh, that's kind of not good.
Heard there was a little fella asking for me.
Don't hit this 3 sisters. No, 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 no,
There
no.
they go.
Okay, we're probably fine there, right? It's kind of scary.
Darken the skies!
Just attacking would have only put me at. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to attack and then 3 sisters, Fury.
This
Yeah,
will
I'm
be
supposed
my
to.
magnum opus.
I choked. I choked, man. I could have had it.
Positions! This one's on the house.
Oh, thank God. Oh! Okay, anyways. So what you're supposed to do, though, is just the safest play is to just attack. I mean, we might have many more if I guess, but we can't really play around that. We just attack, and then Fury of the North onto the Overwhelm Leviathan, and it should be like a guaranteed win. So do not do what I just fucking did. But thank God he only hit 7.